guys, Kevin, KGMJAM, owner, pro advertiser club, another episode of Old School Runescape, Hardcore Iron Man edition. Okay, I got to play about an hour ago, and let's go ahead and I'm trying to read this real quick. That wasn't there earlier when I checked in, so I don't know what that's all about. Poll 85 though, but I was able to go get the apron. I'm trying to get a job here in the store so I can get my bottle of rum back to give to the captain so I can start the Pirate's Quest. And so once you come in to right here, okay, first let's look at the map. I'll show you where I'm at. And I'm at Port Sarum, which is just due west from Lumbridge, and you can walk there, okay? And then I'm right here in front of the food shop. And you go inside here and you talk to this guy, Wyland, and you can get a job with him because remember, what I did was I put the bottle of rum, which you get over here on the island of Karamja or Karamja. Without going up in membership, you can only access this part of the island anyway. But you're going to come here on the boat, go into the pub, and talk to that guy, and then you're going to come back here. You're going to get a job. You're going to buy the rum here. This is where you buy the rum at. But you can't take it back to the mainland without smuggling it. So you're going to have to go to the banana guy. This building right here, even though it's not marked, that's a banana store. And then you go here and you pick bananas. There's a crate outside that you fill up. Put your rum in with it just by, right-clicking and doing whatever it asks you to do. And then it will tell you it's full. You go back, and at that point, it's going to be shipped to this guy. Okay? That's how you get around the importing. So then you go back here, get back on the ship, go back over here, and then you go in here and you ask him for a job. Once you ask him for a job, then you can go into the back here, and this crate right here with the banana on it. Now there's you got to have a white apron to get hired. And there's one right here which you can have for free, but you can't go into the back unless you're hired. There just happens to be a white apron over in the fishing store. And you don't even have to talk to the guy. Just go over and grab it. It's free. Remember, anything... Now, I'm a hardcore Iron Man. Usually, anything on the ground you can pick up. But as a hardcore Iron Man, or any Iron Man, you can only pick up if it's highlighted. That means it's acceptable to me. That means a player did not drop it. Which probably means it keeps reappearing after you take it. Like this one right here. So then you get the apron, put it on, like I got mine on right now, because I just got done doing it. You go back to here, and you get into the store, you get hired, you go into, now I can go in the back, because I'm still working for him, and you go to this crate, and open it up, and you get out the bottle of rum. So I got the bottle of rum on me right now. See this? There it is right there. I also got some bananas, some other stuff. I need to go to the bank and get rid of a lot of this stuff. Let me see what's the closest bank. I think there's one right here. Poll booth. General store. Huh. I thought there'd be a bank right here. Okay, well, I'm going to go over here and start the quest anyway. So let's go do that. So, let me get out of here. And we're just going to... Oh, I got to open the door. Now remember, these are all free member low-level quests. And I've got my quest list set up to where that's all I see. So I can't on accident start a quest that I'm underqualified for, or it's just too powerful. And of course, green's been completed, red I haven't started, and yellow I'm in the process of doing. So I've got Pete's Treasure, because when you start that one, the first thing he does is ask you to go get him a bottle of rum. Alright, here we go. And he hangs out right over here. In fact, there he is. Redbeard. Redbeard Frank. Aye, matey. R, matey. Have you brought some rum for your mate Frank? Yes, I have. Yes, I've got some. Now, a dill's a dill. I'll tell you about the treasure. I used to serve under a pirate captain called One-Eyed Hector. Hector were very successful, became very rich, but about a year ago we were boarded by the customs and excise agents. Hector were killed along with many of the crew. I were one of the few to escape, and I escaped with this. Frank happily takes the rum and hands you a key. This be Hector's key. I believe it opens his chest in his old room in the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. With any luck, his treasure will be in there. So why didn't you ever get it? That's a good question. I'm not allowed in the Blue Moon Inn. Apparently I'm a drunken troublemaker. Okay. We'll have to believe that. Okay, Varrock is right over here, which is kind of far. But where's the Blue Moon Inn? There's the general store. There's the bank. Combat training. It's Anvil. Archery shop. Clothes shop. God, they got two banks in Varrock. They got a bank here and a bank here. That might be the general exchange. State agent. You know what? I'm just going to have to go over there and look. It is not showing up on my map. Alright, let's go. Let's head on over. Let's make sure I can get there from here. So just go this way. You know, I'm going to head north because, well, that's the barbarian village. You know, it could be anywhere up here. So I'm going to head north. I've never been in that part of Varrock. I've always come in from the south, because I was going to the magic shop, so I'm just going to head straight north. Shouldn't be anything dangerous to me. Got plenty of running. Look at that. What is that? Looks fenced in forest. What the heck is that? That's a pretty big mansion. Alright, let's take a look at where I'm at. I'm at the walls of Falador. And this is Oh, Draenor Manor. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a big... I haven't been in there yet either. I've been in the Draenor Village. Alright, that was the Barbarian Village that I left right here. Haven't been... I know that's a quest of some kind. I was watching a video about it. I've watched a lot of videos just while, like, doing something else and listening. But half of it I don't understand because I haven't been there yet. Okay, that's that windmill I was talking about. Alright, let's see what this... I'm going to have to just go building to building, I guess. I don't know if that's an inn or what. No, that's somebody's private home, it looks like. With children. I'm not going to go in there. That's probably a quest of some kind. See this guy? He's working on his fire building. He cut a bunch of trees down. Now he's just laying wood. Look at that. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. I haven't done that in a while. I need to start working. I've been doing quests. They take up a lot of your time. Let's go look at what I'm at. Yeah, none of these have changed in the last 3 days. Okay. Ooh, I unlocked some music tracks coming through there. I guess when you go in the area for the first time. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's a staircase. Chop down tree, what the heck? Alright, let's see what the map says it is. Oh, that's the bank. Alright, let's go inside. I gotta get rid of some stuff. And I'm looking for the blue moon. I mean, I'm sure there's a... That's a fire hazard, but the game doesn't seem to care, so... Oh, no, I can't do that. I don't want you guys to see my code, so I'll just do that later. Okay, what is this guy? That just doesn't look like an inn, does it? Just in case, we'll start knocking them off one by one. No, that's an anvil, so they're working in there. So that's a store. I imagine it's going to have like a blue moon on it. See what we got there. Uh-oh, what is that? Blue moon. It looks like a circle. where I'm going. Examine sign. The Blue Moon Inn. How about that? That wasn't hard at all. Alright, now I gotta find out what room he was in. And the way to, if you need like to be remembered or refreshed, just click on the quest. It will tell you. Okay, I've given the rum to Redbeard Frank. He's told me that the treasure is hidden in the chest in the upstairs room of the Blue Moon Inn of Varrock. Hector's old room. So how do I know which one's Hector's old room? So let's just head upstairs. I'm probably going to get arrested or something like that. It can't be this easy. Let me close some of this interface. The chest is locked. Okay, so let's use key. There's a message. Visit the city of White Knights. In the park, Sardonin points to the X which marks the spot. Okay, is that part of the quest that I'm on now? Yeah, actually it does. That was his room. Okay. So to continue, I've got to go now to the White Knights in the park. Visit the city of the White Knights. Sarandomin points to the X. I don't know what that is. There's Darkmire. Void Knight's Outpost. I think this wilderness is where other players can kill you. I don't know, guys. Let me that. Whoops. Visit the city of the White Knights. Alright, let's look it up. I'm going to go to Google or Gemini. Where is the city of the White Knights in OSRS? In the city of Falador. That's the White Knight's castle. Okay. Center. The castle's in the center of Falador. Alright, so let's go look at the map now. There's Falador. Mining Guild. White Knight's Castle. Okay, so I gotta go all the way over to here. Alright, let's get started. You gotta be real careful with the clicking. Get you in a lot of trouble. Now see, I could like be talking to people and doing, but then it starts to get overwhelming. You start getting, I like to keep it, one thing at a time. I might attack a couple things along the way to beef up my, see, he's still working on his fires. Look at that. Talk to Circuit Breaker. Okay, that's an NPC. I'm not gonna get started on that. And here's the Barbarian village. Barbarian. Oh, I am out of running. But I'm over to Falador, so let's keep going. Now see, this would be a good time to cut some trees down. And let the walking build back up. That's true, I can't. So what I need to do is drop logs. And there you go, I got some more experience. Alright, so you highlight the logs, you highlight the tinderbox, and you go to town setting fires. Congratulations, you just advanced the fire making level and now 18. Awesome. I'm getting there. That's all my wood, so let's go ahead and dig. Or chop. And look at that, it just keeps going. My wood cutting level is now 16. I used to have to stop between each one, so now it will continue, well, unless something like that happens. Until it fills up. Okay, so now let's go back over here. I'm up to 33 on the walk-in. Let's get this all done. to 39. Well, let's go do some more. Luckily, the fire won't hurt you. When I first started playing, I was worried about that. You'd stand in it and get your toes burnt or something. Oh, and I probably want to take off this apron. Yeah, I'd swapped my armor out for the apron. Up to 51 on the running. Now that's switching to fire making. It don't matter what order you go in. You can click on either one first and it still works. Oh, look at that. I went up another level. Alright, I'm at 60, so let's keep going. Now, the higher up in level you go, you have access to trees that give you more experience. So you want to start paying attention to that, otherwise you're just leaving a lot of experience on the table. Ooh, that tree finally went down. Okay, well. Look at that, I got 60 experience points for that. That's all the wood. Trees back. I'm at 73. I'm almost maxed out again on the running. Alright, what's going on with the cutting? Okay, finally got some logs. $38 for experience points for that. Alright, let's go over here and light it up. And there we go. Alright, let's head on over to the White Knights or whatever they're called. Of course, there's no back door. Alright, we're in. I guess the only way to get on is this bridge right here. So we'll keep heading the direction we're going. guess you can just walk in. Security's kind of lax. Don't attack these guys, whatever you do. Talk to Squire. Let's go see what he says. Well, Sir Vern is a good guy to work for. However, I'm in a spot of trouble today. I've gone and lost his sword. Oh, okay, he's going to send me. Do you know where you lost it? Alright. I can make a new sword for you. The thing is, the sword is a family heirloom. It has been passed down through family for 5 generations. It was originally made by the Imiendo dwarves, who were particularly skilled tribe of dwarven smiths. I doubt anyone could make it in the style they do. So would these dwarves make another one? He's going to start me on a quest. I'm not 100% sure that the tribe would exist anymore. I should think Raldo, the palace librarian in Varrock, will know. He has done a lot of research on the races of Gelinor. I don't suppose you could try and track down the Amakado dwarves for me. I've got so much work to do. Yeah, see, I'm not high enough level. That's why I don't even know about it. No. I've got a lot of mining work to do. I'll be back. Let me get up to the right level. Okay, so I'm going to... Let's read it again. Visit the city of the White Knights in the park. Ceridome points to the X, which marks Ceridome. Okay, that's a player. El Dung Eater. You know, I wonder if I'm even... The park could be somewhere else. Park, right there. No shit. Alright, let's get out of here. That's Shia. That's not who I need to talk to. The gardener. Sir Tiffany Cashew. Gardener. Oh, hold on. Statue of Sarah. Okay, he's pointing. See that? Alright, let's go and... Time out. That kind of looks like he's looking point. Well, hold on. This is a little bit better view. All right, so he's pointing that way. Oh my God, where it could be anywhere. Visit the city of the White Knights in the park. Some points to the X, which marks the spot.
How could he be? I mean, he's kind of pointing straight up. That's a molehill. I mean, it could not even be in the park. Alright, I've got to get going. I gotta. Now that could be an X, right? Let's see if we can get high above them. Do you see an X anywhere? Look inside molehill. Let's try to dig it. Huh. I wonder if it's right next to the statue. Alright, I'm going to have to start marking these. Nothing happens. Well, alright, well that's where I'm going to end at, because I got to get ready for work. Thank you for watching, and everybody who subscribed and left comments, really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, answers, questions, please leave below. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.